Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcasting. It is a winner's lounge. Let's go.
Effing go, baby. Up the effing pids.
Up the effing pids. It feels so good. Oh, I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, and I am joined by just the baddest dude around. It's Cowboy Super yeah.
Man, I am so hyped. Like, I did not expect Rapids to win this game. And I did not expect to watch such a good game tonight, honestly. I'm kind of shocked how good of a game it was.
It was an exciting game. It was an up and down game. It was a game with a ton of missed chances. It was a game that got extremely dramatic late. Probably one of the crazier stoppage times I've seen in a while. One of the worst refereeing decisions I may have ever seen in any soccer game I've ever watched in my entire life. And
you could tell that was a huge ego trip at that point, right? It didn't look. It felt like I don't want to be wrong in front of all these people right now because it's such a bad call.
Yeah, pretty much. And because the way he phrased it, we'll get into it. But first, just gut reaction to this win. Rapids slide into third place in the live standings. Thanks to RSL getting smacked by Houston. How you feeling?
I'm honestly in shock, man. Like this team from what it was last year, this team from what it did even at the beginning of the year, it's completely different. There is full belief from the very top to the very bottom. Everybody thinks they can go out there and win every game, and you can just tell. You can tell the fans are loud now. Like the fans understand how much they're needed. Like it has become a full. It feels like an actual squad now. It feels like the whole organization, from the fan base to the players to the people that are taking care of the cleats, they're just on the same page.
Absolutely. Even making a acquisition this week, adding a player into the mix. Reggie Cannon didn't make the squad, but you kind of start to think like, oh man, is Seb and Jackson going to be looking over their shoulder? Is like the locker room going to be a little different? Is coach going to be treated differently or talked to differently? And you just kind of can, it's down the stretch. It's pressure time, right? It's winning time. You have to beat Portland at home. You have to win these games to maintain that home playoff spot. And so to have a game where you came out and you played rapid soccer the whole time, I think is just crazy important.
Yeah, man. And like the coolest thing about this whole, like how the Rapids are being built right now, they're being built with homegrown kids, guys that have been in the league, guys that have explored the world and it just didn't work out. It's built with guys that understand what it takes to be a professional on all levels, right? You bring it up all the time. Zach always has that really cool graphic every time there's a game day. Djordje walks in, he just looks like a straight up baller. Cole's been to Europe, like he understands what it means to be a professional in the sport. And all that really affects it. And the more of those guys you have here, the more it starts feeling like a real club with real standards and with a goal in mind. And that's the most important thing to me, because Reggie Cannon, I'm sure, had multiple offers from multiple teams in Europe, in America, all over the place. That's usually how that works. But he chose the Rapids, and I think that has to do a lot with the professionalism and the vision of the team going forward.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Toyota chat popping late. I mean, look at this. We got our guy Rudo. He's out at Avs rookie tourney, right, in LA. Yeah. And he's popping into the Winners Lounge. You love to see it. Brendan, Isaiah, Zach, B-Ray. I saw Crash the Karsh up there. James, Alyssa, everybody. Shout out to you guys hanging out with us late. Brendan, too. Let's get into the game. Let's do it. Let's get into the game. We have some light structure to the show. Let's get into it. It's light. Number one, game third graphic. You chose the sweatiest, sexiest picture you could have chosen for Rafael Navarro. Just saying.
It's very easy. It's not a hard task. Trust me.
Starting 11, Sam Vines, out, hamstring. He's going to be out for a little bit, right? Like, so, it's time to see Jackson Travis. He has stepped in for Sam Vines already this year, but he gets to start. Keegan Lawless, Maxi Travis, Ronan Bassett, Harris, Djordje Lewis, Hafa. How do you feel about that?
Jackson Travis, dude. We got to talk about the kid.
We're going to talk about him a lot. We're going to talk about him a lot.
What a game. What
Absolutely.
a game today. I thought he balled out, man. The Rapids could become La Masia of the Western world if they keep going this way, man. Like they're just turning out kids that can go out there and start an MLS game and be very productive. Like it feels left and right now. Yap even came into the game and had a great game. But you have like Jackson Travis, Ollie didn't even come in. You have Cole Bassett, Sam was injured, but all these kind of guys are just bringing so much energy, and it's our kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're like young, energetic kids that are ready to eat up the world, man. Jackson Travis, I cannot speak highly enough of him tonight.
Yeah, energy. Energy is the word. You nailed it there. It was, especially, and we'll talk about it probably later, but, there were some moments where Keegan, Lawless, Maxu didn't have whether it was the speed or the energy or whatever it was, they were playing a step behind at points, and Jackson wasn't. So that was great to see. Omir picked up a knock. Not totally sure what it is specifically or where it came from, but they held him out just to be safe. You got 2 games coming up this week. Not too worried about it. Won the game. Get better, Omir. And then Reggie did not make the bench. No surprise there, but you had Ollie, Jasper, Seb, Wayne, KSB, Adam Beaudry, Big F and Michael Edwards, and Darren Yappy. So the thing I noticed first when I walked in when I got out and saw the view of the field, after Fish concerts, the field usually looks horrible, and it looked great. Considering it was after the Fish concert. Did not look great if it was like, let's play an MLS game here, but looked great in the fact that it was very playable.
It feels like it was destroyed over the weekend.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, national anthem hit. And we call her Sparkle Boots, mostly because we don't know her name off the top of our head. And that's my bad at this point. She's been singing it for years. I should know her name. But she didn't sing tonight. I don't know if she did the Rocky Mountain Showdown or if she just, had some other stuff tonight, but it threw me off and I was nervous about the game. As soon as that happened, I was nervous about the game. Game starts. Immediately, Zach has to make a save. Flag went up, but he made a save within the first 25 seconds of this game. Great to see him locked in early. Cole gets the first shot off for the Rapids. Basically, the first 5 minutes of this game was 2.5 minutes of Portland attacking and 2.5 minutes of the Rapids attacking. And then it just opened up completely, right? Floodgates just went wide open.
And
Keegan had a huge
the whole game too, not just in increments. It literally felt the whole game was just back and forth.
Absolutely. One of those back and forth, not one, a ton of them was Anthony for Portland. He was running all over the place. Keegan comes up with a huge block early. Massive block. Probably his best moment of the game, honestly, if you're Keegan. And that was the 11th minute, right? And we'll get into that. But then Johnny Lewis, man. Johnny Lewis. We love ourselves some Johnny Lewis. 14th minute. I can't believe it. It was a complete junk ball, right? It was tried to be a pass to someone else. Djordje pokes it through. It was like third grade soccer. It felt like, yeah. Just like a whole mass of, 8-year-olds trying to get to the ball.
It did. It really did. But at the same time, man, leading up to that goal from Lawless making that incredible pass to the right side and then getting Cole's movement into the middle and getting the ball there was incredible. I think the craziest part is how the ball gets passed. That how you said, that junk. It was all junk at that point.
Yeah.
The lead up was incredible. How he got passed through that junk and Rafa was able to just kind of get across with Djordje getting it a little bit across too. It just goes to show this team has no quit, man. And a great shot by J. Lou. No complaint from him tonight, surprisingly.
J. Lou, well, his defense wasn't great, but whatever. It never is. So if that's the standard, that's fine. Goal number 26 for Jonathan Lewis in a Rapids uniform puts him tied for 10th all time with Mark Chung. How you feel about that?
See, I don't think I have Mark Chung in the same category as J. Lou, but there he is, man. Like, J. Lou has been a good Rapid for a while. He's had some issues.
It's kind
that
of
we could
crazy,
get
huh?
into, but
Yeah.
he is kind of like part of that Keegan old guy group.
Yep, absolutely. That goal also gave the Rapids their first lead against Portland since May 1st, 2022. Our first season on the beat.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's been a while.
Yeah.
Wait, what was
Crazy.
that again?
First lead against Portland since May 1st, 2022.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Do I remember that game?
I don't know. I don't remember it. That's for sure.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I can't.
But I know last year, one of the 0-0s at home was Portland, and I think they lost there. Definitely never had the lead. So yeah, I just thought that was an interesting stat. While we were getting all those stats, Portland scores again. Or not again, but leveled it.
Great goal by Portland, but the Rapids are just called ball watching.
Yeah.
All of them. There's just a lot of ball watching. Nobody's moving. Zach is pissed off. He kicks the goalpost. I don't know if you saw that from the press box, but he kicks it with the bottom of his cleat as hard as he can and starts screaming at the defense. They were just all caught lacking.
Yeah, nice flick on with the header. Ayala's just right place, right time. Someone should have got a head on it. There was a lot of weird things with the set pieces tonight, and I'm going to try and catch up with Sharpie this week at practice if I can and just kind of ask him. We'll get into it. I got a note later about it. Let's see. So we're basically level at the 24th minute. Rafa almost gets one back at the back post, basically like a direct response play. And then Calvin misses the tap in right after that.
Oh yeah.
At the far end, right?
That was a hard tap in, man.
For sure.
It's super hard. I know the
tough angle.
We're really mad, but I'm like, he has a lot of speed. It's about to close on him. He has to get the shot off. It was harder than it seemed.
Djordje kept getting fouled in the best free kick locations. He just kept getting free kicks right dead center, 25, 30 yards out. No Sam Vines, though, so you don't have a left-footed threat over the ball, right? You basically know it's Djordje. Because why would you go right foot, right? Like with Cole or, you can't really play any dummy plays like that. Turns out it didn't matter. We'll get to that at some point here. Jackson actually on that rebound created that long run to the bottom of the box, right? And sent the cross in that got caught. But it was just a really good, it was just kind of emblematic of his whole night. It was just effort, right?
Yep.
And being fast combined with pretty solid skill.
I'm a Travis guy now, man.
100%. Big Jackson Travis podcast.
Like there's Travis Hunter, and then there's a better Travis Jackson, man.
Well.
I know that was gonna hurt you a little bit more.
Travis Hunter had a crazy game tonight. We're not a football pod, go watch. Sorry, Dustin. Sorry, Dustin. I know you're a Rams guy. I was wearing my Buffs polo, but I came home and had to throw on the pits. Come on. Portland gets a free kick the other way at the 40th minute. Zack Steffen, big save. They tried to sneak it near post, kind of skip the whole play. Zach is dialed in, man. Let's go. God, that was awesome.
Having a good goalkeeper feels really good.
It does. It feels really good.
Does. You trust him. Because there was also that breakaway that I know we'll get to that he just beat the guy to it.
The next play.
Literally, was able to get a foot on it. Man, he was tested more than Crepeau, and he just turned out a great game. He has to be a 10 out of 10. I don't care what Fought Mob or anything says. There's no way that he did not have a perfect game. Because that goal he couldn't do nothing about. Honestly, could it?
The play you're talking about was the next play, and Anthony just absolutely burns Keegan. Absolutely roasted him. It was not close. You can't, I'm the biggest Keegan guy around. You can't outsmart speed. right? You can't veteran position yourself to defeat speed, right? And it was tough to watch that one, but Zack comes up huge, throws his foot out, becomes a big obstacle in the way of the play. As good as a save. I don't think it was a save, but and then the cross goes nowhere.
Man, that thing with Keegan, see, he's gotten burned by guys this season, by faster guys, but there's something about Anthony that he just can't keep up with.
I know.
That's the guy that he has nightmares about.
100%.
I know he's gotten burned by other guys, but during the game he adjusts, and it happens like once or twice, and then he understands how to beat the guy to it. It feels like he has no answer for Anthony, and that's the thing that scares me. If there's a playoff matchup, that if Keegan can't get that under, or that's where you have a guy like Reggie Cannon or even Jackson Travis come out there and try to help out some of that speed.
Make it to halftime, 1-1. There was an on-field proposal at halftime. Could you imagine like celebrating your proposal with Rapid Man? That's so cool.
That's insane. I'll keep the 30 jokes away for this one.
That's right. This is a family podcast. Second half opens. Anthony misses a absolute sitter. That had to be a 0.99 XG shot, right?
Dude, there's no... How do you miss that? Like, there's no way you can miss that. That was an insane miss.
Insane miss. And then Rafa after that with a crazy left foot. Did you see that shot was great? I didn't think he had a left foot like that.
That was an insane shot. The way he even hit the woodwork.
Yeah.
That was incredibly dope. I also feel like he just had it was the right shot at the right time kind of thing. It just bounced perfectly. His body was already turning the other way, so he had full momentum. The leg really didn't even move that much, but still, like, incredible shot.
Incredible shot. He also then puts a header off the post, flagged off, but like you could tell it was dialing in, right? Like you could tell they found something. When Rafa and Djordje are just like, you can just, I don't know, I can't describe it. There's just an aura about it that's like, we're locked in.
It feels like an extra gear, right? It feels like everybody's running in fourth and they just have like that overdrive, that fifth gear that they can pull up, and it's just noticeable on the team.
Ronan has this play, and like, you know, I think we've been pretty hard on Ronan. Not hard, but you know, we call it like it is.
Yeah.
When it's good, we love it. When it's bad, we hate it. He had a slide tackle, recovery, long ball to put Lewis all by himself, and Johnny did nothing with it. But I just have to shout out Ronan for the play.
His defense, man.
Dog.
His positioning on this pitch has gotten so much better under Chris Armas. And I wonder if it's because Chris sees a little bit of himself in Ronan.
I think so.
I wonder if that's part of it. Like, he's
little guy.
Ollie and Ronan just feel like that's Chris Armas now, you know? That's the sort of player that he'd become. And I wonder if he can just read how Ronan watches the field and says, hey, man, just flip it a little bit, move around, follow these guys, and you'll be in way better positioning. And Ronan feels like has taken all the criticism, feels like he's taken all the coaching, and has become incredibly well defensively. It's solid as how.
Okay, so after that, the Pids have a set piece. And I noticed this. This is when I noticed it, but when thinking back, I saw it on a few set pieces. Cole was the back post guy on about half the set pieces tonight, where it's usually Lawless.
Yeah.
Right? Where he was the target on the back post, but he cannot jump even close to Lawless. You know what I mean? So it kind of defeats the purpose of putting him at the back post if you don't have the aerial to get the ball back into the mixer, right?
But if you also saw it, the crosses were a little bit lower.
Okay.
So it felt like they weren't expecting Cole to jump. They were expecting him to win possession.
Okay.
And I think he has a more accurate header than Lawless, and they were hoping that something like that would be easier for him to get.
Interesting.
I don't know. I think that's the plan. I'm not saying it works.
Yeah.
Clearly, none of those plays usually work. I think with the last 3 years covering this team, we've seen it once.
Yeah.
Like, and that's all that I can really remember. But
Yeah, I want Lawless at the back. He can jump higher than everybody. Mix it up. Calvin gets a yellow. Perfect timing of Dustin saying he had it rough tonight. Wasn't great. I didn't see the yellow. I was probably checking the buff score. Can't lie.
It wasn't a yellow. That's what it was. It's because it wasn't a yellow.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it was a yellow, but it was a stupid yellow.
So basically, exactly what was happening all night. Anthony subbed off in the 69th minute.
Nice.
But like, why? He was an absolute menace. He was like a freaking terrorist back there.
It's honestly, that's the time that the Rapids felt like they kind of took control of the game, right?
Yeah.
That's when Portland's attack kind of died a little bit. Cavacita didn't do much. Moreno didn't do much. It felt like all it really took was Anthony to get out of there and start torturing Keegan, and the game just kind of became all Rapids.
Well, Phil Neville's an idiot, so there you go.
Are we shocked?
Not at all. Hate that guy. He sucks. Djordje lines up a free kick. This was brilliant by Djordje. He set this up all night long. They kept going back post. Didn't matter who it was. They kept going back post, back post, back post. Sharpie special, Sharpie special. Rafa goes center right of the goal. And Crepo, because the ball it's curving, right? Like that back post ball, but not that much. Crepo absolutely sticks his feet in the ground and cannot move because he's expecting that ball on the right side, on his right, Rapids left. Perfect header from Rafa. I mean, that play was set up all night long, just gaming from the two of them, balling, absolutely perfect. And that was the winner.
Man, what a header from Rafa too. That was like a spirited header. That's a guy that he's not going to stop scoring. We were talking about this right before the show. He's 2 away from tying, 3 away from getting the record with 6 games left. I still believe that he's going to get closer to that 20 mark. I really do think that's where Rafa's at right now. Rafa's really close to just hitting 18 and 19.
Oh, God, give me 20. Why not? Lewis comes off for Yappy. I wonder if that was already booked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I don't know why you go to the 4-4-2.
It feels like he saw something there, right?
Yeah.
Like he saw something from Portland. If they're tired, if they're winning, we got to switch it up because Portland's going to send all the dogs in. Oh, did we lose Mitch? Hello, Mitch? Yeah. Chat, can you guys see me?
Are we back? Yeah.
Oh, we back.
Are we back?
We back. I don't know which one got lost.
All right, good. Sorry about that, everybody.
Me. I had no idea where it was.
Sorry about that.
I didn't.
Sorry about that.
Sometimes
I think that was
like no. Sometimes it's me, and like I can still see myself normally, so I couldn't tell who was gone, and chat wouldn't tell me, and I was like, I am confused. That's what happens. When
okay, we're back. That's what happens. Here we go. Lewis Riappy happens. Yep. Djordje draws another foul in free kick range. Nothing really happened with it, but it's just like over and over. He just given himself set pieces. And this is why they have the most set piece goals in the league, is because they just give themselves more chances than anyone else at it. It is a skill. It's an actual skill, and they're very good at it.
Djordje's also great at just dropping in the right time.
Yeah.
He knows exactly when to fall.
So we get to stoppage time. Oh, Jackson Travis had a nice play right before stoppage time where it was just, again, an all effort, right? Like just an all effort, creates something out of nothing, chases it down, gets possession, keeps it alive. And it was just kind of what made me notice that, like, this guy's not playing like a rookie. He's not playing like a spot starter. He's playing like he is an MLS guy, and that's really cool. Great job from him. How about that? No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, man, I'm telling you, if the Rapids keep turning this out, man, they could get to that level of like an FC Dallas, Philly Union kind of academy, and they're just gonna be like scouted by a bunch of European players. Like you've already seen it, like with Cole, Vines, and Bombi, and it's just gonna keep happening.
Absolutely. That minute into stoppage time, the combos, Steffen, Maxu, just clutch stop.
Yep.
Love to see it. Maxu didn't have his best game. That was a great play. Made up for it entirely.
Maxu's best play of the night was him getting completely blasted by Djordje in that the ball to the box and completely falling sideways because it hurt him.
I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't
Although,
laugh at the
stop
play
hitting
there.
him in the face, please.
Yeah, that's gonna be his one memory of the United States, and it's gonna just be concussions.
Okay, so there's 5 minutes of extra time, right? Rapids make a substitution, 95th minute, whatever. You figure maybe it goes to 6 minutes, whatever, right? Lawless had a head injury or something, so he's off on the sideline. Play restarts. He finally gets back in, and then Yappy gets the weakest red card in the history of red cards.
I don't get it. I don't get it. The guy just falls over, grabs his hip, and the ref immediately says, "All right, Yappy, you're out." If you want to give him a yellow, I get it, whatever. But a straight up red, that's an insane thing to do. And they still go to VAR, and the guy's like, "Yep, I'm right. You guys are all so effing dumb." Like, I don't get it.
I thought I was stroking out. I thought I was having a stroke. Like I thought I don't know what happened, but there was literally no chance he comes off of that review and says it stands. I'm sure Chris Armas was furious in that post-game presser.
They have to protest that, right? Like they have to. Like there's no way that that's gonna stand.
No, zero chance. Whatever. Rapids hang on. Who cares? Rapids hang on and win. Bang, 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 bang. 3 points, third place in the West. Eat it. Eat it.
Eat it. Who?
Portland. I don't care. Anyone else? Seattle, Houston, all of you. Eat it. I don't care.
RSL, baby. They can eat it the
most. That's right. For sure.
Get out of here with your damn soda pop stands.
All right. We're going to get into some segments, our usual segments, players of the game, moments we want to talk about more, flowers. All that's going to be on the other side. But first, we are talking about our friends at Toyota. Man, we love Toyota here. I drove my Toyota up to Rocky Mountain National Park last week for a backpacking trip. Got us right up to the trailhead, full of all our backpacks. We had 200 pounds of gear between the four of us, probably, or close to it. And it was absolutely perfect. It was exactly what I needed. My Highlander made it. It was great. They have the SUVs you need in Colorado, right? Because they have a ton of cars that offer all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. They have a ton of hybrid or lower zero emission vehicles. 16 different hybrids. You can do RAV4, Grand Highlander, the new 2024 Tacoma, the 2024 4Runner, the Land Cruiser. All of these are perfect for Colorado. And you can even, literally, you can get a freaking Tundra as a hybrid. That hits the best of all the world. Every single one of them.
That's all the power with all the luxury you'll ever need.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Our guy Spence, Big Drive Energy and Events, has a new Tundra. It is probably the coolest truck I've ever seen. So I might ask to drive it tomorrow at the Broncos tailgate. Visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Colorado Rapids and the official vehicle of DNVR. We are also brought to you by Empire. Empire today. That's right. Today.
That's my
with
best
them,
part.
you're so good at the little. It's teamwork here, baby. That's what makes this dream work. With Empire Today, you get shop at home convenience, the right products for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a price match guarantee. Empire Today is the best place to get new flooring. So, of course, there's copycats, but you can't beat them on quality, service, speed, and so all those other guys, they're advertising low quality products and they're offering all these promises that they can't hold up to when it comes to what Empire does, right? Empire, all they do is shop for floors. They want to find the best products, right? That's all they're doing is just keep updating their catalog. So they're only offering you the right products. They're saving you time from having to search through however many different types of flooring there are. They even have a virtual floor designer where you can just put a picture of your room that you're changing the floors in, and you can just cycle through all the floors they have. Boom, 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 boom. It's amazing. It's super easy. You can shop floors. Why would you want to go to a box store? I don't want to go to the big box store. I feel like Ron Swanson when I'm in those box stores and I say, I know more than you, right?
Oh, I
like,
see. I know who Ron Swanson is, but I was thinking Ron Burgundy. And I was like, I do feel like Anchorman going in.
Sometimes I do feel like Ron Burgundy, but not at Home Depot.
I was very confused for a good minute. I was like, why? Where's the connection there?
I feel like Ron Burgundy in fights against other podcasts, you know?
Oh yeah. I got the grenade, don't worry.
Empire prides themselves on convenient shop at home services. They help customers shop for floors when they use their floors, and they can see exactly what they will look like in their homes. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off discount when they use promo code DNVR. Restrictions apply. See empiretoday.com/DNVR for details. All right, we're back. DNVR Rapids Winners Lounge. Rapids beat Portland tonight. Huge win. Puts them into third place in the West. God, it feels good. I'm in such a good mood that nothing puts me in a better mood.
Then a victory, Winners Lounge.
It's just the best, man. It's the absolute best. Let's get into it. Who was the player of the game tonight for your Colorado Rapids?
See, yeah, I am pretty tired, man. You're right. I am fighting for my life right now. You are not lying, man. Usually, when it gets a little bit later, past 11, it hits.
Oh, he's asking when the Buffs is on. Well, they'll be on when the Buffs go live. This is Rapids Postgame, baby.
They'll probably be on like in 15 minutes. They're probably
something like that.
Hey,
hit that like while you're hanging out if you're here for the Buffs game for sure.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys for sure.
I wore my Buffs polo, so you have to actually.
It's part of the contract when you log in.
That's right.
Player of the game to me has to be Djordje. As much as I think it's Rafa, I think just Djordje did more.
2 assists.
He was just a conductor tonight. He was in the true form what Djordje does at the end of the day. Still really shocked he wasn't an all-star. Don't get how. But here we are.
No, obviously Keegan Rosenberry and Moise.
Moise, Keegan was handpicked, which is insane because Keegan's so good that it feels like he gets overlooked sometimes.
Hey, Dustin, thank you for shouting out. I did have a great day in sports. That's right. And I love that for me. It was a blast.
91?
5:30 a.m. game, but yes, they did.
Let's go.
Djordje, 2 assists. Let's look at the old Djordje touch count because that's always what we look at. That's to me is the biggest telling sign.
I'm gonna guess it was 83.
No, 60 on the nose.
60. Wow, it felt like he had the ball on his feet a lot more tonight.
Yeah,
that's insane. I thought he really, really carried this team. It felt like he had every touch.
He was involved always. Yep, pretty much. Let's see, 31 of 38 passing, 6 chances created, 0.2 XG, 0.5 expected assists. So getting 2 assists on 0.5 expected assists, you love to see that. Let's see, 5 passes into the final third, took 4 corners. Okay on defense. Not really what you expect from him, so who cares?
Yeah.
And then right behind him, Rafa was second on the team with an 8.5.
Oh,
Rafa was great.
damn. What did Djordje have then?
An 8.9.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Then
he
it
was
had to be
balling.
Zach right after that, right?
Nope. Connor Ronan.
Yeah. Ronan, great game as well.
Hoffa, 26 of 29 passes, 0.4 XG, 44 touches, which I think for Rafa, usually that's in. I feel like he always ends up in like the high 20s, low 30s, right?
Yeah.
So like getting up in the 40s, I think is really big for him.
It
7
just
touches in the box.
it
Yeah.
just go to show that the offense really revolved around Djordje and Hoffa today. And that's kind of what you want for them. They're your 2-star DPs. Your third one right now, unfortunately, is out due to injury. But I'm getting more and more excited the closer we get to playoffs. And Kevin Cabral right around the corner. And this team is meshing so well. Having Calvin and Cabral, or Calvin and Kevin and no, yeah, I said it right. Cabral and Calvin, or having a combination of Cabral and Omir, like it just gets so much more exciting. And then you start seeing Jonathan Lewis kind of find some form. He hasn't had the huge mistakes where he's losing the ball because of a huge touch, and it's getting funner. You're starting to realize that this offense is gonna be good, not just this year, but if they can keep going, it's gonna be next year too.
Connor Ronan, 82 accurate passes tonight, completed.
Wow.
82 of 94.
Yeah, it seems about right. He was incredible tonight.
107 touches for Connor Ronan tonight. That is as involved as he's been all year, I would bet. I don't know that for sure, but it's in the neighborhood of his highest number.
That's insane, man. How many you say?
107 touches.
107.
18 passes into the final third. He was 7 for 11 on long passes, including that freaking dime to Johnny Lewis. That Lewis wasted. He wasted it.
Dude.
He makes me so mad.
I was thinking this during the first half of the show. Who's gonna win the team MVP this year?
It's gonna be Djordje. He's gonna set the goal contribution record.
And if Rafa breaks the goal scoring record,
yeah, it's one of the two of them. Yeah,
I mean, but even then, like you have Zach who won League's Cup goalie of the year. It's just like, who do you give it to?
You want to hear the craziest stat for Connor Ronan tonight?
What?
Aerial duels, 1-for-1, 100%. Our guy, aerial duel.
Talk about a short king, man.
Short king. Boss.
Talking about aerial duels. Did you see that one at the end of the game that Jackson Travis had on I think it was Gavasita. I'm not sure who it was, but he out jumped him. Like he jumped out of the gym. That dude is a full on athlete.
Calvin Harris, the only starter below a 7. The only starter below a 7-2, which was Lawless.
Yeah,
great game.
Lawless was a little hit and miss during the game. Nothing huge, no huge mistakes. But he did have a couple of errors where I was like, dang it felt like 2021 Lawless all over again. Or 22 Lawless.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was solid late when you needed it. I just, I don't know.
Maybe that's why you bring Keegan in, man, and you put him back there in a back 3 with Lawless, help him out a little bit.
But then what do? Do you take Ronan off? Like, he's balling.
I think you take one of the wingers off.
I think you replace both wingers with Yappy.
Exactly, and then you take them off, and then you have
and then go 5-3-2 basically.
Yep, there you go. Or you can just take Lawless off for a little bit, go and rest. Put Keegan as a center back, and put Cannon on the right.
Yeah,
you just have so many more options now, like that with that other right back.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how Reggie fits in. I mean, they have, it's like weird because they have a short week, but they still have an international break. There's only six games to get him involved, so it's like, like how much is he going to play, if at all? You figure you have him for 3.5 years. You want him to get in and get going as soon as he can and get the reps and get to know the system and the players.
I mean, we've talked to Porig, man. He is all in and trying to get players here, get them going, get them running. Like, that's why every draft pick, he's not leaving them in college. He's trying to get them into the building. He's trying to get them ready and acclimated to the Rapids and to the system so it doesn't become anything crazy.
check out our guy Kevin. Thank you for the super chat. We love super chats. They mean a lot. It's it's a regular thing on Nuggets after a playoff game. People are spending $200 just drop a super chat or whatever. It doesn't happen a lot on our little show here, and it feels good. We appreciate it. Thank you, Kevin. He says we turned those turds into sawdust. That's right.
In other words, we changed our name from the Rapids to the Magicians because we just turned poop into sawdust.
That was a long walk, but I like where we ended up. That was good.
I'm thinking at all levels right now, man.
Hell yeah.
We say all this time, I'm the meme with the numbers coming through.
It's interesting. The chat seems to really like Keegan's game tonight. What do you think? Because I think I disagree with the chat on Keegan tonight.
Yeah, it felt like Keegan was struggling quite a bit until Anthony came out. But offensively, Keegan had a really good game.
I think so too, yeah.
I think everything he kind of messed up, everything he got burned on defensively, he made for it up offensively. And I think that's why people are kind of hit and miss. They're kind of trying to understand where it's coming. But I can see both sides. It was just a mixed bag.
I can't get the image of him chasing after Anthony, not being even close. And, to Zach's credit, Zach made the play. So, whatever, all's well that ends well. But I thought it was tough. I thought it was tough.
I thought it was just a game. If I knew that was going to happen. We talked about it during the week, I think, that who was going to be the key. And I said Keegan for the exact same reason that he's gotten burned by Anthony multiple times now. And that's the guy that had the best game tonight in order for the Rapids to win. But hey, he did enough to keep him away. And Anthony missed some sitters, man. And that's exactly what you want.
Man, Portland had 1, 2, 3 players below a 6. Only one starter at 7 or above.
That's insane. It didn't feel
terrible
like that
game. Terrible game.
It didn't feel like it, though. It felt like they were in it the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the danger of these 1-goal games, right? Where it's like, yeah, they are technically in it, right? But I do think the Rapids, and I don't know if they are in that top tier. I don't think they are. They're in that second tier firmly, right? But
they're right with RSL. They're not.
But they're at the top of that second tier, right?
Yeah.
And I think this was we're better than you. We're a home playoff team. You're not. Right, you might have got us a couple times, whatever, but we're better. We're winning this game. Done and done.
And even LAFC and Galaxy, man, they're looking like juggernauts right now. They look unstoppable almost. And I think it's just part of. You're talking about that second tier, and it's just it's really what is it? Columbus, LAFC, Inter Miami, and
Galaxy,
and I'm missing one more out east. And Cincinnati.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think Cincy's more in that PIDS range, personally.
Well, Cincy is second place in the East. That's why I kind of give them that. And they're 54 points or something like that. It's insane, too.
Yeah, but the Rapids would be at 54 points if they were in the East, because the East stinks.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. So it's a huge gap in between talents. But it's about 4 teams that are really competing for it. And it's those 4 teams, which is Columbus. You put LAFC, Galaxy, and Inter Miami, and then you have that second tier, which is you kind of start debating: is it the Rapids? Is it RSL? Yeah. You can even put how we said Cincinnati in there, and then it's a bunch of teams in the West where you kind of start dropping in. Well, where does Portland fit in? Are the Founders in that second tier?
Yeah.
Houston, and it's even because the West is so talented, it feels like teams all the way from 3 to 10 could be in that second tier sometimes. It feels like they have the talent to reach that second tier pretty quickly.
We're gonna get into Flowers and kind of wrap up some last thoughts on the game tonight. But first, let's talk about some DNVR stuff real quick. Why not? Tonight, hey, since yesterday when I put up the last thing to do the Rapids takeover tonight, right, which is basically hang out at the DNVR bar, catch the bus, get the tailgate, get in the game. We sold 5 tickets in the last 24 hours for that. So shout out to the listeners. Shout out. Met some guys at the bar. So shout out if you're listening right now. Great to meet you guys. It was awesome. We actually got a gift from Logan, not the Logan in the chat. He says he listens on Spotify, so he's not in the chat.
Oh,
but
let's go.
It's a away support, like a Rapids away supporters flag. We'll open it up on the show in studio at whenever we're in studio together again.
Yeah, this one stays not going to be in
Yeah.
studio. I was just thinking that too.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Shout out. It was really cool to see everyone show up for that. People showing up for those things is what makes it happen again and again, right? So, I had this idea in my head today that maybe we try and organize a bus trip to an away day, or something like that. Only happens with support. So we appreciate you guys doing that.
Maybe we could take a little trip down to Kansas City, watch it out there. I'm tired of going to Arkansas. Like, I just don't want to go to Utah.
Yeah, I have no interest.
Don't want to be near you.
I don't know, dude. I drove to Nebraska last weekend, bro, for the Buffs game. I can't drive to Kansas again. Like, that's just the same thing. It was horrible. It sucked. I don't want to do it.
But it's in a bus, man. It's all of us.
That's true. All together. I love that. Look, DNVR events, specifically tomorrow, Broncos tailgate. You've been to the Broncos tailgate, Yahya. What we do.
It's incredible. It's a full-on party, ready for sports. Best views, best people. There's nothing better than the tailgate at the DNVR. Well, the DNVR Broncos tailgate. Right
behind Sports Fan, Federal, right there. You're overlooking the Broncos parking lots. You're overlooking the stadium. You're overlooking downtown. Primo Hoagies, the best sandwiches. They're the best sandwiches. They're so good. We're going to have a whole bunch of them. We're going to have Breck Brew. We're going to have Breck Distillery. You got all the beer pong, flip cup, bags, can jam, the rope ladder ball thing. I don't know what that's called. What's that thing called?
With what?
It's like the two balls on the end of a rope and you fling it around and it wraps around the thing.
I know exactly what that is. I have no idea what it's called.
Maybe the chat can help us out. You can get season passes. Make it easy. Just come hang out with us. It's crazy the amount of people that just come out for the tailgate and then go to the bar or home or wherever to watch the game after.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how fun the party is. Just come hang out.
And then we have TVs out there so you can keep up with Red Zone if you're playing fantasy football. If you have some bets on Bet365, we make it very, very easy for you guys to have a good time there.
It's the best. We also have Buffs.
Ball, by the way.
Ladder ball.
Crash.
Sure. Harsh. Why not? Thank you, Crash. Buffs. Also, next Saturday, the 2-1 Colorado Buffaloes, baby. They're playing Baylor on Saturday. We're going to have another tailgate right behind the old Ralphie's bar. It's Arapahoe and 28th. So if you're driving up from Denver, taking 36 into town, right on 28th, right on Arapahoe, right into the parking lot. It's as easy as it gets. Just boom, boom. You're not going through Boulder, going through near campus or the hill or wherever, trying to find the tailgate and find a place to park and then walk into the tailgate. We have parking. It's all taken care of. We also, for Cincinnati, which we'll have the ESPN crew at our tailgate doing a live show from there. You can get a game ticket, parking, and entrance to the tailgate for $210. The cheapest ticket I saw for that game is like $190 just for the ticket on game time.
Everything included in that.
Yeah. So you get all of it put together for $210. It's a great deal if you're a Buff fan. Check out. Season pass is also available. Boom, boom, boom. 3-on-3 basketball tournament coming up.
Oh, it's
going to be a blast. If you like playing hoops?
Are you
I think
Mitch?
No.
No.
I'm pretty sure we have a Rapids game at the same time.
Oh, sure. What a
unfortunately. What? Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
I'm out here dying because of your life.
Look, I can hoop though, so maybe I'll show up.
Yeah, Mitch can hoop.
I can shoot. I can't dribble. I can't really pass. I don't have a left hand, but I can shoot. That's all I can do. $50 for a team to enter. $15 to sign up by yourself. This is a basketball social house. Think of like I don't even know how to compare it. It's like a whole basketball giant. They have 3-on-3 courts, half courts, And then they also have a huge bar and TVs and kitchen, and it's like it's just the coolest place to hang. So we're gonna have our 3-on-3 tournament there. It's gonna be super fun. We're gonna have prizes for the teams. There's at least 2 DNVR teams already signed up, so that's gonna be like the DNVR Nuggets fellas, and then there's just a whole nother team of us ready to go. All of that is at thednvr.com/events. So go check that out. We super appreciate it. All right, we are back. DNVR Rapids hanging out on a late night.
Late it's gonna be a good time, for sure, man.
Yeah, I'm setting up tailgate at like 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's gonna be super fun.
I got everything super early.
Well, you got Broncos all day.
Yeah, part of the grind, man. But we love doing this, right?
That's how we do, baby. This is what it used to be right here. This is how the show started. You and me late night.
Just we had several people watching, and one would pop up, and then it would leave immediately.
Yep, it was like an accident. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Greatest segment in rap podcasting history. It is Flowers from the Fellas. I believe it is Yaya's turn to go first. Go ahead.
I'm stealing the best one of the night, man, and it's Travis Jackson.
Travis.
Down. Jackson Travis, not Travis.
You're thinking of Travis Hunter.
Yeah, that's my issue. Jackson Travis, man. I was watching the highlights and looked at me in the back, so I'm like, Travis. Oh, okay. Jackson Travis, man. Dude balled out. I am so excited to see what the future is for him. There's something about him, right? And if Sam keeps with this kind of injury, you kind of have these moments where you need another guy to come in, give the team a spark. It feels like he can really do that for them right now. And I know it's only one game, but he hasn't dwindled under the lights so far whenever he's played a game. Against Vancouver, he had the error, but besides that, it wasn't horrible. When he had minutes here and there, he hasn't really struggled very much. And today, it feels like he kind of culminated everything and had a mistake-free game. And was just like, I'm ready to take the next step in my career.
Agreed. I don't even need to add to it. He's been amazing. So shout to Jackson Travis. I would like to give flowers to our Olympian, our number 10, our short-haired king, our lunatic of a DP, Djordje Mihailovic. 2 assists. He is, I believe, now just 3 goal contributions away from setting the all-time record. He's alone in second place for single season goal contributions. He's so dynamic. He controls the game. He doesn't need 100 touches to do it. He only needed 60 tonight. He created set pieces. He was yelling at the ref. He was yelling at other players. He was diamond set pieces everywhere. It was a classic Djordje performance, 2 assists, and no doubt who was in control of the game the entire time, and it was Djordje.
Dude, yeah, nothing but love for Djordje, man. This kind of leads to my next flowers, right?
Yeah.
When you have your 2 DPs that are going out and balling, it feels good. And that's right. Where Rafa gets the next bunch of flowers for me, man. Rafa has been, ever since League Cup, something kind of clicked. If he doesn't just not even the goals or anything, he looks different out there when he's running. He looks different out there when he has the ball at his feet. I don't know what it is, but he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. He had that little move on the left side towards the end of the game, and it's like everybody kind of went crazy. The commentators couldn't explain what was going on, and that work effort, it's just that work rate's just incredible, and Rafa deserves all the credit. We talked about it last year, and we both said that we needed a better players, right? We needed a player that's $3 to $5 million that had nothing to do with, but that's kind of the level of talent that's around the MLS right now. And when you're getting a DP, they got 2 of those guys, and right now it's just lights out. Incredible 2 DP stars, deserve all the flowers. They should bow down together as we scream encore.
And they're together for another 3 seasons in Colorado. So not
all
bad.
Things go well.
Correct. I'm gonna give flowers to Connor Ronan.
Damn it. That was my next one.
Just our little guy, just balling out, completely dominating possession, defending, passing, getting passes into the final third, controlling the game. He has these moves. They're not conventional, right? Like it looks almost like a glitch on a FIFA move,
And a
right?
video game.
Where he just turns himself into space where it doesn't seem like it's there, right? He was balling tonight. It's good to see him in form and playing well because, it's kind of been tough at points early in the season.
Yeah.
So good for him to be able to rally. And yeah, Connor Ronan. There you go.
I like that little fake to the left that he has or to the right, and then he does the full 180 and runs the other way. It looks almost like a chipmunk hiding a nut, It almost feels like that. And then when it finally sees that you're not watching, it runs the other way. And just talking about Connor Ronan real quick, do you remember the days of Felipe Gutierrez? Do you remember the days of Danny Leyva? Not too far long ago. I remember talking about
Danny Leyva.
And Badgie being our guys. Do you remember Sam Nicholson from last year? I completely blocked him out.
Brian Acosta.
What about our $1 million man, Max? Do we remember this at all? It's insane. The amount of Rapids that we have that are memorable right now in my mind. Oh, do you remember Lucas Esteves? Is that just me?
Shout out. I love Lucas. That's my guy.
Then Pape lookalike.
I love the lunatic guys. I love the unhinged, no idea what it's going to be tonight, guys.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's exactly what Lucas was. But my final flowers are going to go to Zack Steffen, man.
Perfect.
You don't like this game with Zach. You just don't. The block he had on that free kick, that one where he was running out at the very beginning. Dude's just, you cannot speak enough. Talking about all the guys that we're talking about, he has stood out. You have a real guardian between those posts. You have a guy that you can trust, and that's why the defense is playing better. And if you can tell immediately that the defense feels comfortable with him in the back, it feels so good. We have the Canadian Pirlo, Ralph Friso. We have Memba Yunus Namil. I love that people are bringing up these old names, man. I love that so much. That's exactly who we are.
Just dudes naming dudes. It's the best. I have
even Beta Sure. We had him on our pod.
We love Beta. Shout out. I have anti-flowers to give Phil Neville because you suck and I hate you.
Also, that ref was complete ass, and you're probably Phil Neville's evil brainchild.
Let's see that ref. Where's the ref? What was his name? You think this would be easier to find on here? I don't even see it. Who cares? You suck.
That's how bad he was too.
You suck as bad. You suck as bad as Phil Neville. You're both horrible, and I hope nothing but the worst things for you. Can't think of it. Oh, Philip Dujic. Dujic? Philippe? No, it's Dujic. It definitely looks like, look, we're exposed to a lot of Serbian and Balkan names. Has an IC at the end. I don't know if the J is pronounced or not, but either way, you suck. I hate you. Worst red I've ever seen.
I feel like it would be Djordje, right?
Dujic. Do me a favor and never ref a Rapids game ever again because you suck.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Just Dujic.
Oh, man.
Just douche.
Just douche. That's hilarious.
Well, that's what it says. Brandon R says his name is Douche.
Good just stuff. Yeah. Anything else we need to get to here?
Shout out Chris Armas for the perfect game plan tonight. The team was focused. The team was precise. It played within space. It wasn't looking for the counter, but they took advantage when they could. I thought great job from Armas all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Why don't you start plugging us out of here?
DNV_Rapids on Twitter. Please follow us there. 5-star review wherever you hear this podcast. Also, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. Back to Mitch.
Like and subscribe everywhere. Follow us on Twitter, DNVR_Rapids. We have game threads, we have graphics, we have memes, we have silly jokes, polls, all sorts of stuff. Follow us on there. It's a lot more work than it seems like. I mean, it's like whatever. It's a Twitter account, but it is. It's a lot of work. So interact and like and do all that stuff.
Give him the endorphins he needs. Please.
Become a diehard at the DNVR.com. It's the best way to support this show. It's the best way to support the network. It supports local journalism, and that's super important these days. So make sure you do that. You get all sorts of discounts at the bar, on merch, all this sorts of stuff. You get a free shirt. If you can order an Up the F and Pid shirt for free if you sign up as a diehard. So there you go. Make that happen. There it is. It's beautiful. I'm sure the printing is close to done soon. I mean, it's one of those things where it takes a couple of weeks after we launch it to print everything and be ready to ship, but it's close. So do that, become a diehard, but more important than all of that. And man, it feels good to say this in third freaking place, baby. Up the pits.
We all silly like the mayor.